Things are tight.
I'm fed up.
Listen.
You guys should be fed up. I'd be down that hall every damn day, banging on his desk. Where's the job? Where's my job?
Jimmy, all right. You guys get the picture. We need to change some things here. Things are getting real nasty.
There's 150 jobs out there right now. Every one of their friends is a shop steward, and they'll be there from day one to the end day. Why can't one of you guys be the steward? I'll tell you why. Because you didn't promise to kiss their ass and vote for them.
Listen. Let's talk about
jobs for votes.
I know it is. Okay. Let's talk about the shop steward class. Can we just mildly talk about the shop stewards class? How come
what shop stewards class?
I know. That's what I'm saying. We should have.
I went to the apprentice school. I went to the training center, and I was taking classes for. I forget what this certification I went for, and at the same time, they had shop stewards were getting certified. So Doug come in and he hands out 2 papers to his buddies, and then they're gonna do certain kinds of questions that Dave was gonna do, and that they would be certified for that. I said, I want to take that too. I don't have any more papers. I don't have any more blanks for it. Next time. Well, that's because I'm not going to kiss his ass, and he knows that.
Do you feel like you're
not open to everybody?
So you feel like they're not giving you this opportunity to take a class? Is that what you're saying? The opportunity. I mean, wouldn't you talk to Dave Moak by chance to talk to Dave Moak about this?
I didn't know they were having 2 classes that night, a shop steward's class. I only know they were taking that 1 certification that night.
Right.
That's what I went there for. So the next thing that happens is now they're giving the steward certifications out at the same time. But they didn't say that at the meeting. Listen, whenever there's a new certification and new work coming out, first of all, who goes and the classes aren't.
Are you sure about this is what they do? I mean, are they?
I've seen it. What are you, crazy?
All right.
The first guys to get the certifications for the new work are who? They didn't call me and say, hey, Jimmy, you want to take this? No, Jimmy, you want to take that? No. After they got their friends in them positions with the certifications, then everybody else, the class is open, then they publicize it. Come on, it's a game right down the line with these guys. They manipulate every single facet of this little bean-picking organization.
All right, before this camera time runs out, I'd like to talk about...
There's 2 gigs in there.
All right, listen, I'd like to talk about this 35... Down south, from local 19 down to local 11, down to probably past Westchester County, they get 35 hours of health insurance while they're on unemployment. Why? Hold on.
Because they have a large member organization. They can't get away with this crap over here like they can. We got a tiny pissant local with 900 people.
I know.
They take care of 300 people constantly.
It wasn't 900 people, Jimmy. We lost members.
And we had different officers in and out a couple of times.
Yes, we have.
Okay? But now that they got the membership down low enough where they can control a few hundred people, you'll never get them out of office, jobs for votes. It comes right down to the same thing all the time. Down there's big organizations. There's diversity. The guys get voted in and out of office. They get voted out of office. They might get voted back in next time.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
But they don't stay in there 15 years like these guys. Getting triple pensions.
I think what we're doing is the right thing here, Jimmy. I think me and you, you know what? We get a little hot under the collar. We get a little, and we know that.
The internet helps you reach a lot of people at one time.
It sure does.
It's very good.
And this is what's got to happen. We're not here to argue. We're not here to fight. We're not here to...
I'm speaking my mind. I don't care if anybody agrees with me or not.
I understand that.
But I'll tell you what I talk. I speak from common sense.
I know you do.
And experience. I've watched these guys over and over.
And I understand
from Jim Hicks Sr.
I know.
To Ragoul. Ragoul was fair the first couple of terms. Then he got the same way.
Jimmy,
became a goofball.
What can we do? What can we do to bring these younger kids? Like we've talked about this before.
These kids want to drop out already. They're fed up. They go to the meeting and say, what the hell is wrong with these guys? Now, the one kid, he's an apprentice. He's an intelligent kid. All right? He says to me the other day, they came to the apprentice class and they said they're going to be my mentor. The mentor.
Yeah.
How are you going to be my mentor? These guys.
I always thought mentoring was a rank and file guy that takes a guy under his wing, a young kid under his wing, and shows him the ropes. That's what I always thought.
Yeah, these guys show up at the apprentice class once. Oh, I'm going to be your mentor. You know what? Chris Dugan, 1 week at a apprentice class, 4th year, and they make them an organizer and a recording secretary.
Well, that's the young. They want to bring the young guys in, and they want to show these. They
It was
want the young
handpicked
people.
by Kevin.
And that's okay. But they want to bring these young kids in, and they want to. Maybe they should bring these young guys in as organizers.
Yeah, but they turn them into puppets.
Well, that's their fault.
He's like an old union guy now.
That's their fault.
He won't agree with anything anybody says except them guys up there that are telling him showing him the ropes for the office. He don't know the ropes out here.
Do you think? Let me ask you. We ran last year for election. Okay, You ran for vice president, I ran for delegate, which I should have ran for a local position. That's my fault.
I ran to show other people that they should do it, that they shouldn't be afraid.
Absolutely.
I'm still here.
I know.
They didn't do anything to me. They rule by intimidation and fear. Everybody's afraid to vote. We should go back to the paper vote when somebody makes a motion and we want to pass it in the hall.
I really
because so many guys abstain from voting. It says right in the Constitution you cannot abstain. That's not how you make a decision. You either vote negative or positive. That's the way it works.
Right.
But they won't, and that's another thing that they did. They took away the paper ballot so that they can look out there and see who raises their hand in favor and who raises their hand to stick with them, to vote something down that is going to be difficult for them to overcome. They've overcome the democracy in this local. There's hardly any left.
Not just this local, Joe. I'll tell you right now.
It started the international. McCarran says, I built an organization where the officers have the power to do what they feel is the best. But there's no vote. We lost the popular vote. You have to vote a delegate. They're handpicked. Bill and Doug are delegates that pick themselves. Out of 6 delegates, they pick themselves for their job. Yep. Now, the rest of the guys, the other 4, they're handpicked. They're kept working constantly. They're on long-term jobs. They're always stewards. Who do you think they're going to pick? The same guys that give them the gravy year in and year out. The only time they're out of work is when they don't want to work. That's what's wrong with this local. There's many things wrong with this local. And you know what the biggest thing is? They got people so disheartened that they don't come to the meetings.
That is true.
That's you out there.
I truly believe that these guys have thrown the manipulation game out there so bad that people, I don't think it's fair. I think it's more disgust and more discouragement. I think people are discouraged.
I got guys that come to the meeting from work last night. Everybody left an hour early so we could go to the meeting instead of getting an hour overtime. We had 20 guys from our job site. There's 32 guys here. You want to know what? On the way out of there and all day today, same old bullshit. Same as it was last year. Why did I didn't have to go to another meeting to see the same bickering and picking and ridicule from the podium.
I really would like to bring this up.
Nothing's changed.
You know we've seen some new faces at these meetings. So,
we brought them.
Well, we bring a lot of people. Even and I've called people and they, you know what? There's some new faces coming in, and
that's
my
healthy.
job and your job is to get them to keep coming to these meetings and try to work their trade, because you know what? Our trade is falling apart.
They don't want us as organizers, though.
Well, I don't care about it. I care about.
You know why? Because we would actually do something. We would try. They want the appearance of organizing. These guys up there, they haven't organized anybody.
I know.
Who have they organized?
I had a deep conversation with Chris Dugan last night. He knows the numbers got to come up. The numbers have to come up, guys. And I hope people downstate are looking at this, because you know what? You guys might have numbers downstate, but our numbers are at the bare minimum right now. We lost over 300 members. And maybe even more. In the last couple of years. That's horrible, man.
That's why insurance went up.
That's horrible.
And these guys ran them out. And the old retired guys now,
I truly believe the regional council
are going to start paying more money for their insurance, because it's only a matter of time before there's so few people paying into it. The money's got to come from somewhere.
All right, let me say something. I truly believe the regional council doesn't really care about us as much as they care about themselves.
Figure it out. 35 years of paying in to a pension.
I can check the time.
Okay? You figure out 35 years ago how much an hour, 25 years ago how much an hour, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, up till the date. Figure out and calculate how much money that you have paid in and how much interest they have made off that money, and why do they only want to give you $68 a service year when you got a couple of $1 million?
Jimmy, I want it.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
35 years. Now, the guy starting out now, how much goes into the pension an hour now?
I don't know. It's up there. It's
more than $5, $6?
These are things I don't really.
Okay.
I should keep track of more often, but I don't.
Whatever it is, if you multiply it and somebody did actually stay in this organization for, at the cost of the insurance, at the cost of the pension per hour today, the next 35 years, you'd have $4 million in there.
Jeez.